Is that you, darling? Are you? Oh, look at you! Yellow is definitely your color. That outfit is fabulous on you. Come here. Let me get a closer look. Oh, it's lovely. You truly brighten up the room. Just being in it. You really do. How does it feel on you? I hope it's comfortable. Good. I imagine you haven't had many opportunities to wear silk before. I just can't get enough of it myself, and right now I have to say I can't get enough of you either. Now, I have to warn you that what you'll be doing today is a little different than most days. Ordinarily, during decoration duty, you would just make some light conversation with me as I go about my business when I'm in the room, but even though you haven't been here that long, I've singled you out for a very special occasion. Oh, no need to be nervous, dear one. Actually, it's written all over your face. You see, I'm having a very important meeting today. There's a noble from a foreign country coming to visit. All I need you to do is stay by my side during the discussion. Yes, that's all. You may speak if someone addresses you, but otherwise there's no need to do anything other than be your charming self. Well, I do apologize that I'm involving you in my work so soon. I really do try to start you out small most of the time. But I can be quite opportunistic, and I just can't help but think you'll suit my purposes flawlessly today. You have a face that's both innocent and inviting, which is perfect for this meeting. Oh, and I've also decided that we'll be doing our feeding before the meeting. And don't worry, I promise that I won't get any blood on your new outfit. Well, it's mostly just for extra effect. When dealing with nobles, it's very important to keep them from thinking they have power over you. That's why we're meeting in my home in the first place. And admittedly, it's why I want you to have visible bite marks. My bites heal very quickly, so for the best effect, feeding immediately before the meeting will be best. Having said that, I don't want you to get the impression that we need to rush. This is your first real feeding, after all. I've allotted plenty of time so that it can be special. And with that in mind, sit a little closer to me, won't you, dear? Oh, much better. You know, I think that being so close together for so long is half the reason I enjoy feeding. It feels like we're connecting on a deeper level. Yes. Now show me your neck. And do you remember where I beat you before? I doubt you'd easily forget. Okay. Mm. 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 I don't think I told you last time just how wonderfully delicious you are. The flavor is. Oh, I don't know how to even describe it. It's not exactly sweet, but delicate. Yes, very delicate. And so warm. You run at a higher temperature than most, and it makes that delicate flavor just fill my mouth, despite its subtlety. I need more, much more. Mm, 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 mm. It's so darling the way you gasp like that. Are you alright? Are you feeling a bit overwhelmed? Oh, don't worry, my dear one. You will definitely get more accustomed to it as time goes by. Bear with me for now, okay? But by all means, you can keep gasping and fidgeting if you like. Honestly, I rather enjoy it. That was absolutely splendid. I honestly don't play favorites with my dear ones, but, well, let's just say that I'll be especially excited for feeding time whenever your turn comes around. Now, what time is it? Let's get you cleaned up. I've got plenty of warm water, cloth, and bandages here. Hmm? Oh, sterilization. Vampire saliva doesn't carry germs, because we're not alive. Yeah, you never have to worry about that. Show me your neck again, sweetheart. Let me get you nice and clean. And there we go. I have to say I'm really quite thrilled with you, my dear one. You have a beautiful, easy spot to sink my fangs into. Your blood tastes almost indescribably wonderful. And you clean up and heal so easily. It's almost like you were born for this. Okay, let me just get this bandage on here. We are going to take this off before the meeting because we want to show off those bite marks with pride, okay? I do say you're looking much more relaxed than before. That's perfect. I'm glad you react that way to the feedings. I'd like you to do your best to keep that relaxed demeanor when our guest arrives, okay? I want it to be clear to him that you are content living here with me. You are content here, yes? I'm glad. Aside from my work, making sure my dear ones are happy is my top priority in my life. Or in my undeath, I suppose. Hmm? Oh, I suppose I haven't really explained what I do, have I? Well, I don't think there's really a name for it, but essentially I'm involved in politics. More specifically, I back people who want more power, both financially and through my contacts. In return, I charge a fee, and I'm promised reimbursement after they achieve their goal. I know it's an unusual occupation, but as a vampire who's lived for centuries now, I've been able to accumulate a tremendous amount of wealth and allies. This is the way I've found to make proper use of them. Take this meeting today as an example. This man used to be a low-ranking noble in a monarchy far from here. Now I'm in the process of installing him as the new king. Honestly, this has been one of the easier jobs I've done. This nation has been suffering from a terrible famine, so the common folk here are already very frustrated. I just sent in some people to rile them up further, and then give them the idea to storm the castle to get at the royal food supplies. While that's happening during this meeting, we'll be going over how I'll be installing him as the new monarch. You seem concerned. Why the frown? Ah, well, yeah. I admit that my business is morally grey, at best. But when you get to be old as me, you realize that often these changes mean very little in the long run. I do, of course, avoid taking clients that I believe will be tyrants. Chances are anything my client chooses to do as king will be written over in the coming generations, much as they would if the original king had remained in power. Yes, you may ask another question. I like that you're very inquisitive this evening. What is it? Why exactly do I want you at this meeting? To put it candidly, basically you're a reminder. Whenever my client looks at you, he'll be reminded of both my power and my kindness. You demonstrate my power by being in my possession. The simple fact that you and the other dear ones belong to me shows how wealthy I am to be able to take care of all of you. And by showing off your bite mark, I remind him of my ancient and very powerful nature. Really, what's most important is the fact that you are well fed, well dressed, and happy. That will ensure he understands that I believe in treating people well. If he plans to be a compassionate ruler, it will reassure him that we have the same ideals. If he plans to be cruel, he will know he risks angering me. I can tell already that you'll fulfill this role for me perfectly. You are adorable and just a little bit timid. Your gentle face, though, is just so beautiful and calming. Honestly, I could go on about you, but let it suffice to say, you're just what I need for today. Oh, dear one, no. You don't need to repay me for anything. I don't consider you to be in my debt at all. Just being your darling sweet self has made you more than worth the cost of buying you. Now, time to remove that bandage so we can see how your bite marks look. Oh, good. The bleeding has stopped, but you can still tell the marks are very fresh. Until it heals completely, there will be no doubt to anyone who sees you that you belong to me. And that's perfect timing because my client should be here any moment. Until he gets here, let's relax together a bit longer, shall we? Good.